Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jenk Plays with me, Jenk Huffington, and today we're playing some more Transport Fever 2. In the last episode we set up most of a line for making machines. So we set up a train line to bring logs into our sawmill, and then a line to bring steel down to our machine factory, and that same line will also bring through our planks from the sawmill, and we also we set up the stations on each log and put the signals in. We had a bit of a brain fog when trying to set up this switch layout here. So it's entirely possible that when we get this going today that it's going to fall over and we're going to have to take it apart and put it back together again. But we'll deal with that later. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to get some coal and iron into the steel mill so we can start producing steel to be shipped on this new train line we put in. So last episode we discussed using these two, so we could use some ships to bring them over. I need to have a think about how we're going to get them connect the ships to the steel mill. It might be that we have to do some manual carting of it to bring it up, because we've got this very nice sea line that we've put in for our train. And we also don't want to put the harbour too close to the town as well, because that will cause issues around pollution. Let me just think about this. I did say I was going to use those two last time, but now I've actually looked at more detail. It might be a bit more complicated. Is it more complicated than using these guys? No. Okay, so we just got to think about this. What I want to do first of all is want to bring a road down and then see how close we need to get to the river to be able to access it. Because we are also not necessarily using carts, we don't really mind necessarily about bridging over here and causing a crossing to go in. But we are probably going to want to bring some ground out for us to be able to put a port on. So let's just put this in. There we go. There we go. And put the cargo harbour. Let's go with 2. Okay. Let's bring this over first. So bring this, bridge it. And then let's make it actually a proper road. Bring this round. Say there. Now I think we're going to need to make some more sand as well. There we go. So it reaches the station. How far up do we need to go to actually be able to reach the factory? Let's try that with a vehicle actually. Pretty far. If we do that, we then need to put a bridge in. What I'm thinking is potentially we actually do the opposite of what we're trying to do and bring the water in. But we need to then think about what we're doing here with this train. We could lift it. If we start lifting it back here, we could probably... Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do this off screen because it might get messy and I might want to revisit it. So I'll cut back in once I've either failed or succeeded. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so that wasn't anywhere near as bad as I was expecting. It doesn't look quite as nice as I wanted it to. But I'm just going to blame my being out of practice for it not being really pretty. I think also a bit of the problem is how slopey or how hilly this area is. And it's made it quite difficult to fit it in. But I think we've done an alright job. We managed to keep the track in at 120. We've got access to the port. So all in all, I think that's acceptable. We may revisit this at a later date, but for now that will do. So now let's just think about getting the coal and the iron. So we've got iron there, coal here. I'm thinking maybe we take out this little bit here. To save them wasting the time going all the way around. So let's just try that. So if we just do a quick one, a bit more, not too much. Why is it higher there? There we go. So there. Let's do navigable waters. See if we can get through. Yes, we can. And let's just tidy this up a bit so it doesn't look quite so rough. There we go. A little bit more. A bit more. There we go. Cool. Okay. So we now have a point they can go through. Let's give them the cargo harbour, so we only really want one. Let's see. Probably going to need to rebuild this road as well. And also this one over here. So if we start with the coal first, and see how easy it is for us to connect. Bring this out to there. Bring this out towards the river. And then straighten it out. Like that. Take this road out because I'm not going to use it. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. So they're happy with that. Bring that in there. So that connects. And just because it makes a little bit more sense aesthetically, let's put this road back in. There we go to there. Bring that down. And let's also do the same here. So if we bring this out to say there, let's see if we can just drop a port in. We can. Excellent. We don't even actually need to go that far. So let's just put the port on the water side and then bring the road to the port. Rotate that a little bit to there. Okay, so road in. Bring that into the middle. Like that. Fine. Okay, so that's now connected. Cool. Right, just thinking also this means we could get steel and planks out as well if we need to, but I don't think we're going to do that for a while. So if we do the coal first, so that's going to be ship freight, SRC coal to steel, and then we'll do next one. That's going to be ship freight, Baton Rouge iron to SRC steel. And I'm also going to change that to be called steel port. There we go. Fine. So we've now got the ports set up. We've got the train line set up. We think about how we're going to get the machines into Olathe. So if we do that next, and then the very last thing we'll do is put all the vehicles on the line to get this going. So if we put in a road along the machines first, that'll do. Bring this around. I think what we'll do is we'll follow the track and then we'll just connect it into the road here. Hopefully there won't be too much terrain in the way. Bring this around a little bit. And around to there. And then if we upgrade the road into the city, make that a bigger one. Leave that one as a narrow one for now. Okay, cool. So we've now got a line, a road in. If we put in our truck station, get a big one in. Let's see how far along we can go before we lose it. Actually quite far. Let's do it before we get to the edge, and that then gives us a bit of space to expand into if we need. So that's still connected. Cool. And then we need to figure out where we're going to need to send these machines. So actually, fortunately, they're all pretty concentrated around here. So if we say there, what they'll do is probably come up through and then back round. So let's set that line up as well. So there, yeah, fine. And that's going to be road freight, OL machines to OL dist. Let's also rename that stop to be, oh, I've done that as a bus stop. I don't want it as a bus stop. I want it to be a truck stop. There we go. Fine, okay, that's fine. Let's copy it over. That's going to be OL machines stop. And you are currently OL tools stop. What else are you also getting? You're getting, oh, food as well. Tools and food. Cool, fine. Okay, so we've now got, I think, all of our lines set up. So if we start from the bottom. So if we start with the steel, so iron and coal to go. Got a shipyard down here, so we'll use that one. We want large. Which one's the best out of these? This one's probably the right one that we want to go with. I prefer to look at the Denara Castle, but the Klondike's quicker and stronger. Also a little bit more expensive, but we don't mind so much. So we go with 10. We'll start with 10, see how that goes. And then we want that on quarry to steel. So that's coal to steel. And they should go. And then we'll do another 10. And that's going to go on iron to steel. Yeah, I got a new train. And you've got trucks. Okay, excellent. We might start maybe in the next episode looking. So you've got 10 on there. 658, that's probably too much. 598, that's also probably too much. Okay, so let's just review these lines first of all before they get too far in. So if we sell a few, get that down to around 400. Probably sell a few more than that. A little bit more. 394. I would rather have a little bit too much, or a lot too much. I mean, it's still a little bit. It's only 10% over, 10-15% over. Then not enough. I'd rather have a little bit of slack in there. Sometimes there's traffic or whatever. It's better to be pulling slightly more than you're actually using. At least I find. Okay, so we've got our iron and coal set up, so they're now producing. They'll bring the iron and coal up, and then we'll get the steel in. So now we need to think about our trains. So we've got a train line coming into here, but we've got our switch in here. So if we put trains onto this stretch here, they can access all of the stations on this line after a fashion. They might have to go to there before they can come back down here, but they can still get down there. So if we put one in here, a train depot that is when I say one, and we'll pull in, we could do two actually. So we do one on that side. So that's coming back in. So actually that's wrong orientation there. So we want them to be coming in. So they can come from this side. Say there. And then coming in from say there. And then we'll put in two. Part of me is like, oh, you could do a complex overlapping thing where we could have it maybe come back around, but it's cheaper at this point just to do what I'm doing here. And I feel like I'm far too rusty to do that quickly and easily. Might have some experiments offline and see what I can get to, but for now I think just doing what I've got here, I mean, it's neat and tidy, does what we need. So if we start with the steel, so we do the steel train first. So steam, so we've just got the 282 Mikado, so we've been using the 442, which is substantially cheaper and it's quicker, but it's got a lower power. So I think given the volume, the length of the trains we're going to be using on here, I think we're probably better going for a slower, stronger train, and working from there. And then we want the steel, we want the flat car side stakes. We also actually max out the speed on these anyway, so we can go up to 320 was it? Let's go for, I don't know, let's start with 227 and we'll put that on steel to machines. Let's just check that line. So that's now 204. So assuming this saturates it, that should actually be perfect, that line, which is a happy coincidence. And then this one we're going to want a rate of 400 roll to machines, and then it takes planks and logs. Oh, actually I need to manage the line. we need to... Oh, okay. Thinking about this. So we need 1-to-1 relationship between steel and planks to bring this in. So actually we need twice as many trains. And we need to add a stop here as well on the way through. And we need to put a switch in on this side. Because what we want is we want them to half fill with steel at the steel mill. And then the rest of their load I want to have be half full. What's going on here? That's not right. It's auto saving. Come on, there we go. Take this out. Oh no, broken it. Bring it in. Okay. So we want the switch to cross over. Why isn't it working? Let's try doing it the other way. There we go. Got the switch to cross over there. And into there. There we go. And let's just check that line again. So that should be coming through. So West Valley City Terminal 2. So they come out, collect some. So they start off collecting steel. So we want you to load half of steel and then load half of planks. Right. And then that's just going to be unload. Unload everything you've got in Olathe. Okay. And then we want to double that train. I think for now one train will be sufficient. We can revisit it later on and add it, but that should do for now. What I might actually do is just in the interests of time, I say time, of ease, we add another train on there. We let them pull out. Do we have any coal or iron just yet? No, but we do have a lot of traffic. Good lord. Are they going to go through each other? Oh no. Okay, so they clip through. Okay, fine. So where's that guy going? So we're going to be losing money for a bit, but with our balance, I don't think it's that important right now. We're fine having a bit of a lean time because we've got a buffer. Okay, we should at least be... Oh no, he's not connected. Oh, we need to reconfigure the station then. Let's put on a second cargo platform and remove this side. I mean, I could just leave it on, but I don't want to. We'll remove that guy as well, and we'll put on a large side building or something. Large main building. Halfway down. Let's do some smaller ones as well. Make it a bit more characterful. And then there we go. And put in, now that we've established that was not working, put in a new road to, we only need a skinny one. We can connect the two. And we'll bring that back as well. There we are. So they're now connected. So this guy should now start producing logs. There he is. Excellent. So when this train comes back, you should get quite a few logs. And actually this guy is way bigger than he needs to be. So let's take some of these off. Get around 400, maybe one more. 460, 47. So that's 33. So yeah, I'm happy with him having that little bit overage on it. Cool. Do we have any? So we've got some iron in motion. We don't have any coal yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run for a minute and then we'll come back in once we've got some steel ready to go. So I'll see you guys in a second. So that didn't take long at all, really. These guys are definitely quicker and it's also a shorter distance, I guess, than the last few times we played with ships. But we've got a full ship of iron, an empty ship, an empty ship. Oh no, all of these ships are empty. Gotta go home, guys. You also need to go home. And you, and you, and you. One of you guys must have coal. Well, that's really annoying. That guy's got coal. Okay, so we have coal on the way. Got more iron on the way. Once this guy drops off the iron, Let's see. I'm okay with this guy going and picking up those planks and stocking up the machines factory. Oh, that was the thing we haven't done yet. Putting a truck on here to deliver our machines. Let's do that now while we're waiting. What have we got? We've got tarpaulin trucks now. Marginally better than flatbed trucks. Why would you? It's like more expensive. Let's go with 4. Put those onto machines, and then check that line 52. They want twice as much. Well, let's do forward any and make them wait forever for now. Once the machines actually start going, then we can revisit that line, see if they need more. There's probably some mileage in us doing a line review at some point, actually. Let's just quickly whack another couple on there, and then that'll do for now. Yeah, I think that maybe next episode after, we review our lines to make sure they're all doing what we want, because there's been quite a lot of change over the last couple of episodes, and demand will have changed as the towns have grown, and also as we've brought new lines online. Yeah, so let's speed this up again, get this guy in. Let's see, how long is it going to be before that train comes back? Is he back already? He's not. So actually, let's turn this guy around. By the time he gets back, there should be some steel ready for him. No, go further back. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got some coal now, got another ship of iron. It's probably only going to be a handful of steel, but it's something. There we go. We've already got some steel coming through. Okay, very nice. 10, 11, 12, let's see. Don't want to make him hang around too long. Yeah, I'll do. Okay, so he's going to come and go. He's going to get some more planks. He's going to fill up. This guy's going to keep going. Seem to be... Let's just check the rate on that one. Yeah, so we've saturated that line. That's okay. These guys are just going to wait around. It's going to be a while until that guy's ready. Okay. So I'm going to drop out again for a minute or two while we get the machines going, and then I'll cut back in once our shipment into Olathe is ready to go. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, we've had our first shipment of machineries prepared, and we're just following this guy into the city. It's been a while since we spent much time with Olathe, and it's clearly grown a lot. So I wonder what a bit of transport and supply will do for you. But as we put more and more stuff into it, the bigger it will get, and could be a candidate for our 1500 city. Currently it looks like West Valley City's our leader. Actually, we can probably check that. We'll check that once this guy's done. There we go. So we've done his package. Let's look at Olathe now. So they're now getting food, machines, tools. They just need construction materials, and they're getting everything they want. Some construction materials up there. So we could do that at a later date, but for now I think that's enough for Olathe. Let's do one last thing before we finish today, which is just check how our cities are doing. So let's sort by size. So Salt Lake City by far is our largest, which is surprising. I think it might have the highest potential for growth, so target population of 226. Because we're only supplying it with fuel, but we're supplying it with a lot of fuel, and it's quite well connected internally, but it's only got the one line in and out really. Let's go to Olathe, out a bit so I can actually click it. Yeah, so Olathe's got a lower target population, which might explain why it's a bit smaller, but we are fulfilling more of its needs, although quite low for one of them. Let's sort by growth. Let's see who's doing the best. So Arlington and Oceanside, West Valley City. So we need to look at these, say McKinney, because they're struggling with pollution. So we need to actually maybe come back and have a look at them. But I think that's a job for another day. So with that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.